Good morning. I am so glad to be here. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Dina. Hey, Holly. Today is an exciting day. Let's see. So I thought we'd keep it kind of simple this morning, and I've grabbed a couple of pumpkins that need some help from my stash. So I thought that we would paint them, and then I was going through my decoupage papers, and I found these beautiful napkins that I have not used. Oh, look, they have a recipe on them. I wonder if it's the same recipe on all of them. Yes, top secret chocolate cake. Anyway, I love these little flowers, so I thought it might be fun to cut some of these out and decoupage them onto these pumpkins. So that's what we're going to be doing this morning. I am knee deep in projects for tomorrow's video because as y'all know, or a lot of you probably know, today is the IOD's holiday release at noon. So I will be going live again at noon to show y'all those things. And then I have done, or I'm working on doing a project with all 18 of the new products for tomorrow night's video. So I have been busy, but I'm feeling better this week. I had the COVID last week for like the millionth time. And every time I get it, it seems to just hit me a little bit harder. So I was down for a couple of days. But good news is Mason didn't have to have surgery on his knee. He's doing physical therapy and he's doing well. And so there's that. But yeah, I'm excited about today. Lots of fun stuff. What are you guys up to today? And what y'all do this weekend? I wish that comments were not so delayed on this, but they are. I'm going to go ahead and get started painting. I've just pulled out some White Swan. And I have this pumpkin is like ceramic. And as you can see, all the gold's kind of wearing off of it. So it needs an update. And this one is a little glass trinket box. So, and it's also looking pretty pitiful. So I'm going to start painting these. Y'all start chatting. Let me know what you did this weekend, what you got going on. Like I said, Tuesday morning craft and chat is just a super laid back time that we craft together. I'm so excited too. Y'all are not going to believe how good this release is. And I am not just saying that. It is definitely my favorite holiday release ever. And I know y'all are going to love it too. Good morning, Tanya. Sister So, how are y'all today? I hope everybody had a good weekend. Oh, how old is your granddaughter? Yeah, you do have to save for months. Y'all don't even want to know what I had to spend on it. But I know that whatever I buy for the holiday release is going to sell. So I don't really have to worry about getting stuck with a bunch of product that didn't sell. So I stocked up. I spent A lot. I'm ready. When I finish this live, I've got to go set up my in-store display, which honestly, in-store is not huge. I don't have a bunch of in-store customers, and set up for that live. So that won't take me long, but I've got my shipping room ready. As soon as the orders start coming in, I will start getting them off. Oh, I have, well, one of them just turned 4, but 2 of my grandsons are about the same age. So one's 3 and one is 4. Mason's doing good. He's physical therapy 2 days a week, and he's doing his exercises at home. So that's good. And he's definitely walking a lot better. He is out of football for the season, which kind of stinks. Their game started last night. Yeah, Christmas releases. I gotta put my hair up before I get paint in it. I don't have to worry about putting an apron on. This one's already this one's already got paint all over it, so I'm not worried about that. Yes, Acadia pear is a beautiful color. I should have grabbed that one out for a Christmas green. I've been using a lot of bayberry on some of my Christmas stuff. I don't know. I'm just going dark green this time. Well, if y'all are just joining, I'm just going to upcycle a couple of pumpkins this morning with this beautiful napkin. Yeah. Anytime you dislocate the patella like that, it's very easy to dislocate it again, unless you build that core strength up. So that's what he's doing. I'm glad he's not going to run the chance of doing it again this year, because that was pretty rough and very painful for him. There's a clear. Yeah, the crystal clear liquid patina. I got it right here. I started not to do a project with all of the new release because nobody else does. But then I'm like, well, nobody else does. So I just bust my tail because I didn't get the product till 6 days ago. So I had exactly 1 week. Fusion paint sticks to everything. The reason I'm using DIY, why am I using? Because it was here. But yeah, Fusion, if I'm using, I like to use Fusion with transfers too, because it has that built-in sealer. You kind of skip a step. So, but both stick to glass really well. If you heat dry it, it's better to let it dry naturally on glass, which I never have the time to do. Because sometimes if you heat dry it, to me, it seems like it lifts up. You're welcome. Yes, it is a very pretty color. All right. I'm not getting in any hurry today, so that's good. I just got back from having a mammogram. Like, I had a mammogram at 8, and I was like, you know how you go to a doctor and you wait and you wait and you wait. Well, I thought surely if I get there at 8, I'll be the first one and I can get in and out and get back here by 9. And luckily I did. Well, that's what we're here for, Shelly. Where's my heat gun? There it is. I'm going to turn this on for just a minute. Excuse me. I guess the mobilizer is just a brace because I think that's what he has now. He was using one of those, where you really couldn't move at all, where you couldn't bend your knee, but they put him in just a brace now. So I'm assuming that he can wear that during football. I'm not in camera here. There we go. That's a lot of sports, and I played everything in high school, but nowadays it seems like kids just focus more on one thing unless you go to a small school. But this was actually Mason's first year to play football. I wouldn't let him play up till now because I didn't want him to get hurt. So I think I'm not gonna like decoupage this entire napkin on these. I think I'm just gonna do a good solid coat of paint and then fussy cut those flowers out and just put a flower here and there. I started to spray these before, and that probably would have been a good idea, but I was afraid they wouldn't have time to get dry because I got here like 10 minutes before my live. Yeah, he was pretty bummed. But at least he's kind of been part of the team this year. That he did camp and everything. So, but then they had their first game last night and they won. These aren't styrofoam. Um, yeah, these are ceramic and glass. I do have some styrofoams if we have time to paint some of them. I grabbed some of those out too because I sold out of all my little pumpkin stacks that I make. Yeah, I was afraid putting transfer. I've seen where people are putting transfers on them, and unless it's a big pumpkin where you don't have all of those ridges, I felt like it would be just way too hard. But both of these pumpkins I've had a long time, and I think they were like originally something I bought to decorate at home before I started even doing this. So I am actually going to Sonnets this year. First one I've ever been to. I'm very excited. I got an email yesterday saying that Julie wasn't going to be able to make it, but that Sally from IOD was coming instead. So a little bit bummed that I don't get to meet Julie. Yeah, all I do is work. I don't usually have time for stuff like that, but I decided, you know what? I've got to make time. That's very important. Creativity is my job, and it's a good idea to stay up on it and stay inspired. So you can see like it cracked and broke. Sometimes that looks good, but I'm not crazy about it either. If y'all are wondering who I'm talking to and what I'm saying, I'm streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And I can see all the comments in my Restream app here, but you guys can only see the comments from whatever you're on. I probably shouldn't have painted the bottom of that yet, but oh well. And I think this glass one's going to need 3 coats. Holly, I don't know. I use both of them equally, the same amounts, and I love both of them, so I can't pick between the two. It's for me, it's whatever's the closest because I use both of them. I will say that with the recycled paper is a little easier for me to use the thicker gel from Fusion. But for the rice paper, liquid patina works so easy. Hey, Mariah. I can't use it yet, so I'm not using it in this live, but am working on tomorrow night's video where I'm doing a project with all 18 of the new designs, and I'm going live again at noon today to show you all of them. Not what I've done, but the products. So when I finish here, I got to go set up that live. Okay, I'm going to let them dry some on their own. And I think I'm going to cut out some of these here flowers. And I think I'm going to cut them out before I take them apart. I can't tell you how long I've had these napkins, and I have a whole pack of them. But it's kind of hard. I love using this kind of thing, but I had collected all this stuff for years. And then I started carrying IOD and recycled and rice paper. And so I kind of forgot about this stuff. All right. This is going to be some fun fussy cutting, but I'm not going to worry about leaving white around them too much because my pumpkins are white. So Okay, I'm not going to do these because they have that texture. I think I'm actually going to leave like just a little white on the edge instead of trying to get too close. I'm so excited. I'm actually going by myself, which is a little nerve-wracking. I used to do things by myself all the time, but I kind of got out of it. Let's see. Okay, it might be easier to take. There we go. Perfect. So I get to meet Connie Hammer from the Painted Photographer. I know she's going to be there. Sally from IOD. The Sasha from Sweet Pickins Milk Paint. And I don't remember who else is going to be there. It really does. But it's so fun. And I never, ever dread coming to work. Ever. Look at those. Those are so cute. I already feel like I know everybody, just never met them in person. Good morning, Jennifer. I painted some pumpkins white, and now I'm fussy cutting out some flowers from some pretty napkins I had. Man, the hardest part is separating that ply out. Do y'all see how I'm struggling here? Weezy's doing good. She's waiting on me every morning when I get here. And I was giving her wet food because, she was so skinny and I wanted to fatten her up some. I'm trying to break her from wet food. Hey, Carmen. So she's mad at me this morning because I didn't give her wet food. Started mixing in dry food with her wet food about a week ago. And at first she would eat dry food, but then I spoiled her. But she's got very, very friendly. It is really hard to believe that she was feral. I'm just going to have to come back to this one. It's frustrating me. Thank you, Tanya. But she's doing so good. And all my customers love her. I will be glad when she relaxes a little bit and just kind of lays around the store, because right now she's anxious still. And she kind of follows me everywhere I go, which is sweet, but sometimes she gets in my way. She came in with me this morning and was, because she wouldn't eat her dry food that I left out for her. So she came in, I guess, thinking I had more in here. I had to put her out before I went live. All right, I got to go back to this. Yeah, I know. I mean, she just basically survived for how, I think she's about a year old. That's what the vet thinks. And she was eating whatever for a long time. Now she's so spoiled. I love it. And I've been catching her playing a lot, which she's never done before. That's a good idea. Oh, Jennifer, it's so good. I decided to go ahead and not post my video today, number one, because I still don't have it finished. And number two, because I figure everybody's going to be bombarded with all the videos today, the inspiration videos, that maybe by tomorrow they'll be ready for more. I cannot get this one unplied, and it is making me angry. Okay, back to that one later. I really didn't consider how time consuming cutting all these out and fussy cutting them. I should have done some ahead of time. That's okay. Oh, and you know what? I think I will take these apart now and try that rather than doing individual ones. I don't have any tape in here, which is my trick usually for getting napkin plies apart. I'm going to scream. Yeah, I was just talking how I was kind of disappointed that Julie's not coming, but I'm so excited that Sally is coming. Are you going, Vicky? That's awesome. All right, that might be enough to do one. I don't think so, though. I need to go. Keep going. I don't know. That's a good idea. I got one right here. Oh, yeah, Christina with the turned leg. Awesome. A lot of these people I only know from Sonnet's podcast. Where are you staying, Vicky? I think I'm at the Hampton. I did mess up my flights, and I kind of have to leave pretty early on that last day. I hate I did that, but I mean, I'll still be there. I got to leave earlier than most. Okay, let's see. Let's try this. Oh, let's try this little bit of liquid patina on my finger. Yeah, look at that. Like a charm. Now I'm sticking to everything. All right, I'm going to do one more. Then we're going to do one of these pumpkins. Learn something new every day. All right, let me get my garbage out of my way. I got a clean brush for my liquid patina. All right, let's take this one here. I still got to touch up some of the paint on the bottom. This should be easy. I'm not even going to wet them. All right. Y'all can see good. Uh-oh. Much easier cutting them down first than to try to do that entire napkin. Oh, look how pretty that is. I'm trying to do it where y'all can see. Y'all got quiet. So did I. I am pretty quiet when I'm crafting usually. I get in the zone. That's going to be so pretty. The best way to do that is to pick up the stuff and start doing something. But I know I get in them creative ruts too. What's really hard is when it's your job and you can't be creative. I actually kind of picked up another craft, and it really helped with my creative process when I started junk journaling. I started watching Natasha, and the name of her channel is Treasure Books, and so inspiring. Well, thank you for ordering from me, Bobby. I have several customers that are extremely good at collecting craft supplies and not always using them. But, like I was telling somebody today, there's actually two hobbies that go into crafting. One of them is crafting, and the other one is collecting craft supplies. Hey, Tim. I haven't seen you in a while. I need a couple more smaller flowers. Let's see. We'll save that one for that. Yes, both is what I do. I have so many supplies, it's ridiculous. And I'm not even counting like the stuff that I sell. I have to have that. That's inventory. I'm talking about my personal stash. Oh, cool. And I hate that about Lori. What's she going to do now? I noticed when I was putting these on here that the fussy cutting really doesn't matter that much. It doesn't show that much. Inventory. What I really have to do is get organized. I get organized and then it doesn't stay that way. So I have to start back. Well, it's a delay, Vicky, so that's why I'm commenting probably way after you actually type it. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if it's my internet or the streaming service I use. Yeah, if I ever retire and I'll have like every stamp, every mold. And as long as I'm a stockist, I can't sell my personal stash like that. But one of these days I'll retire. Oh, that got folded. Okay. I'll be on at noon Central Time. Not sure what time that is for you. It's 1 Eastern. And I'll show you all the stuff, but my video's not going to be my video. Boy, that was Southern, wasn't it? Yeah, my video's not going to be until tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody else do their video today, and I'll release mine tomorrow. I'll see you then. I actually very much love organizing. It's something that I get joy from doing. I just don't have the time to stay as organized as I want to. I need one more flower. See you later. All right, one down. I do have to touch up paint, and I think I'll paint the handle. What y'all think? Pink on the stem? I think I'll paint the stem pink, and I'll post pictures when I finish. I'll go get the other one done and post pictures. I think I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Oh, I know. Dogs just no help at all, right? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off here so I can set up for my noon live. And y'all don't forget, I'll see y'all then in a couple of hours. And I'm so excited. So this is our pumpkin so far. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to fussy cut a few more for the other one, touch up paint, and then I'll post a video. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me this morning. And I will see y'all later. Bye now.